What is up, guys? We are debuting our new promo card of Peter Parker Spider-Man, so we're going to be facing Ronan the Accuser. He starts off with a tough status card. When reviewed, search the encounter deck for Cut the Power side scheme with 3 threat, and the main scheme has 2. Let's shuffle up the encounter deck here. And then we will shuffle up the player deck here. Draw up to our hand size of 6. And let's see what we got. Okay, so we got the Moon Girl here, one way or another. Let's mulligan. Should we keep Ironheart? Let's mulligan 2 for sure. Yeah, let's just mulligan 2 cards here. So discarding 2, draw 2 more. Okay, let's use Peter Parker's Scientist to generate a mental resource. This would be 2 more for a total of 3 to play Moon Girl. We can only play her as Peter Parker because we have the Genius trait. After you play Moon Girl from your hand, draw 1 card for each mental resource used to pay for. So we're drawing 3. Okay, next let's flip over Spider-Man here and shift everything a little bit over here. Let's sport for 2 from Cut the Power. So bring it down to 1. And then we will play one way or another, hero action, search the encounter deck for a side scheme and reveal it. We're looking for superior tactics. And shuffle the encounter deck back up. The Power Stone cannot be unattached from Ronan the Accuser. Oops. Shuffle this back up. Okay, let's get this back set up. So the Power Stone cannot be unattached from Ronan the Accuser. When reviewed, attach the Power Stone to Ronan. And this will have 2 threat on here. We can now resolve one way or another and draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Okay, next let's use this as 3 resources to put down a Quincair. We can only play it, we have the Avengers trait, we do as Spider-Man. And then let's use a Quincair to generate 1 resource. This would be a second resource to play Ironheart. When she enters play, we can draw 1 card. Okay, let's use this as a resource to put down a web shooter here. This will have 3 web counters. And then we will, let's see, let's have Ironheart Thwart for 1 from Cut the Power to clear this off. She takes 8 consequential damage. Moon Girl Thwarts for 2 from the main scheme to clear that off. She would take 2 consequential damage. And then let's use the Milano to generate a resource to play Endurance, increasing our max hit points by 3. So we go from 10 up to 13. And then we'll use Enhanced Process as a resource to play War of the Great Web. Attach to a character with Spider in style, we'll put it on Spider-Man, and we now gain the Web Warrior trait. And when a Web Warrior ally leaves play, we get +1 attack. So that will end our turn. Let's ready back up here. And then draw back up to our hand size of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it is Ronan's turn. Adding 2 to the main scheme. He attacks us, Spiral Sense activates so we can draw a card. Let's have Ironheart defend this attack. He'll get 1 boost card because he has a Power Stone. If it's an attack against piercing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ironheart does not survive the attack. And we get 2 encounter cards because of the hazard icon, the Kree command ship. First one, Cannonade. This has 4 threat and Amplify icon. Blind Side, we can choose one. Let's see. I think let's take the stun here, so we get stunned. We want to keep the Milan to help us remove threat. Okay, so it's back to our turn here. We can play the Web of Life and Destiny for free. Ignore this card's resource cost if your identity has a Web War trait. So we can put this down here for free. We are Web War with the War of the Great Web. And then let's have Spider-Man attack so we can get rid of the stun here. And then we want to get down Coulson and B-Cop. Can we do that? I think we can. So let's use this as 3 resources when paying for a yellow card. So we can play Agent Coulson. When he enters play, search your deck and discard pile for a preparation card like Spycraft and add it to your hand. Next, we can. Okay, so let's exhaust Avengers Quincair, and a web shooter to generate 2 resources. Use the swing web kit as a 3rd to play a beat cop down. And then let's do it. Let's use Milan to generate a resource to play Spycraft. Played only if you control a spy character, we do with Agent Coulson. When you review an encounter card, discard spy card, cancel the effects of that card, and discard it, then review another encounter card from the encounter deck. So it's like a safety. Okay, so let's have Coulson and Moon Girl Thwart for a total of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 from Cannon 8. This clears us off. Coulson takes a consequential damage, Moon Girl takes consequential damage too, and she's defeated. And then we can exhaust Peacock to move 1 threat from the scheme over to it. Okay, and then that will end our turn. So let's ready back up again. And then draw back up to our hand size of 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it is Ronan's turn, adding 2 to the main scheme. He attacks us, Spider Sense, so we can draw a card. Let's see, let's have Coulson defend this attack. He gets 1 boost card, nothing. So it's hitting for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Coulson does not survive that attack. And we get 2 encounter cards. 1, 2. First one, he attacks where he has a Power Stone. I don't have it, so it surges. The villain schemes. Okay, so he's scheming for 4. It's gonna flip immediately, so we gotta cancel it. Let's use this first player interrupt, exhaust the Milano, and spend a resource to cancel a treachery card. Yeah, so get rid of it. Last encounter card, Whole Breach. We can take 3 damage, spend 2 mental resources, or exhaust Milano. We can't exhaust Milano. Let's take the 3 damage here. So we drop from 13 down to 10 because we haven't gotten any backflips yet, and we should be getting the last 2 in the deck soon. Okay, so we want to get down Avengers Mansion here. Let's use this. Okay, so we're gonna use this as 4 resources, so we can play Avengers Mansion, exhaust it to draw a card. We got Black Cat. Let me see, what are we looking for? We're looking for backflips. Yeah, so Black Cat will discard the backflips here. Okay, we're not gonna play an ally here. So let's exhaust a Peacock to move 1 threat over. Spider-Man Thorns for 1 to move another threat over, or to clear another threat. Let's discard the Black Cat here, ending our turn. Draw back up to a hand size of 5, and we got the backflip. And then we will ready back up. Okay, so it is Ronan's turn. He's adding 2 to the main scheme. It goes back up to 3. He will attack us. We draw a card with Spider Sense. We will take the attack. So it's hitting for a base of 5 plus 2 more for a total of 7. Let's use backflip here. When you take an amount of damage from enemy attack, prevent all that damage. So we jump out of the way. And 2 encounter cards. First one, advance. That's the last advance. We gotta cancel it. So yeah, let's use the Milano for this first player interrupt. This would be a resource to cancel the advance here. We do have Spycraft still, but I want to save that for something worse. Okay, so Surge, give Ronan a tough status card. Here he has one. If he has one, take 1 damage. So we drop from 10 down to 9, and that will surge into another card here. Creep Pride with Quick Strike hits us for 1, so we drop from 9 down to 8. Okay, so back to our turn here. Let's use Avengers Mansion so we can draw a card. Let's use this as 3 resources so we can play Pavitri. When he enters play, discard a card, or after he enters play, remove 1 threat from the scheme for each web word card you control, including himself. So we have 1, 2, and 3 with the Web of Life and Destiny. So let's clear off 3 threat from the main scheme here. And then, let's see. We're gonna use Quinn Care to generate 1 resource, enhance process as a 2nd resource to play Under Surveillance, attached to the main scheme. It increases the target threat value of the main scheme by 4, so instead of flipping at 7, it flips at 11 now, to give us more breathing room. Exhaust Peacock to move 1 threat over to it, so it now has 3 threat. And then Spider-Man will hit the Creep Eye for 1, Pavitri hits for, or Spider-Man hits for 2, Pavitri hits for 1 for a total of 3. And Pavitri takes a consequential damage. That will end our turn. Let's ready back up again. And then draw back up to our hand size of 5. Should be getting that 2nd backflip here. Okay. Yeah, we got it, and Nick Fury. Okay, so it is Ronan's turn. He's gonna add 2 to the main scheme. He's going to attack us now. We are not going to use Spider Sense to draw a card here. Actually, okay, let's do it anyway. So we Spider Sense to draw a card, and we deck out. So we get an encounter card. I was considering not using it to get the backflip discarded and back into the deck here, but it's okay because I realize we also have Aunt May, so we can flip over if we need to. Okay, so Ronan's gonna attack us now for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 1 boost card here, 6. We will use a backflip to jump out of the way. The Kree Private hits for 1, drop from 8 down to 7. And we get 2 more encounter cards here. Okay, first one, Kree Commando with Patrol, so we can't thwart. Second one, Assault. So he's going to attack us. Let's have Spider Sense activate. So we draw a card, and then we will have Pavitri defend this attack. So this will be his boost card. If this activation is attack, +3 boost icon, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pavitri does not survive. He gets discarded with the Web of Life and Death's effect. When a Web Warrior ally leaves play, we can draw 1 card. This is gone now. And then last encounter card, Shadows of the Past. We want to cancel that one. So let's use this first to interrupt, exhaust Milano, and spend a resource to cancel this treachery here. All right, let's see. Okay, we want to get down a second B-Cop and Nick Fury. Let's use Avengers Mansion first, so we can draw a card. I think the B-Cop may not be a play here. Okay, we can use Web Shooter to generate 1 resource. And then this will be 3 more for a total of 4. So we can play Nick Fury. When he enters play, choose one. We're gonna pick the one to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's use this as 3 resources when paying for a yellow card to put down a second B-Cop. We can exhaust both B-Cops to move the 2 threat from the main scheme over, and it bypasses the patrol because it does not count as a thwart action. Okay, let's see. And then we cannot get down SPDR right here, I think. Yeah, so let's use this as a resource to put down Aunt May. Okay, so Spider-Man's going to attack this Kree Pride for 2 to get rid of him. Nick Fury will attack the Kree Commando for 2 to do 2 damage. And Nick takes a consequential damage. Okay, that will end our turn. So let's ready back up here. And then draw back up to our hand size of 5. Okay, so, all right, it is Ronan's turn. So he's gonna add 2 threat to the main scheme. He's gonna attack us, Spider Sense activate so we can draw a card. We're gonna have Nick defend this attack. This will be his boost card. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nick Fury does not survive that. He gets discarded. The Kree Commando hits us for 2, so we're gonna take it, dropping from 7 down to 5. And we get 2 encounter cards. First one, a Kree Lieutenant with Guard and Stalwart. Second one, you stay accused. Ronan attacks you with +1 attack. Let's take it, so we draw a card with Spider Sense. And this will be his boost card. Attached to Power Sense Ronan, he already has it. So it's +1 with the you stand accused. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We will use a backflip here. When you take any amount of damage from an enemy attack, prevent all of it. So we're jumping out of the way again. Okay, and it's back to our turn now. So let's use Avengers Mansion so we can draw a card. And we want to get rid of both these guys, especially the Kree Lieutenant, because we're going to flip over here. Let's see. So the priority is Moon Girl and SPDR. And then we want to play a swing web kick. So let's use the Web Shooter to generate 1 resource. It gets discarded. This would be 2 more resources for a total of 3. So we can play swing web kick and hit the Kree Lieutenant for 8. That gets rid of him. And then let's have Spider-Man attack the Kree Commando for 2. So he has 4 damage, 2 hit points left. We're gonna flip over here to Peter Parker. And then we will use Scientist to generate a mental resource. Quinn Carey as a second mental resource. And Coulson as a 3rd mental resource. So we can play Moon Girl. Draw 3 cards, but use 3 mental resources. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then let's have Moon Girl attack the Kree Commando for 2. That gets rid of him. She takes 2 consequential damage. And then, let's see. We're gonna use this as 2 resources to play SPDR. SPDR will attack Ronan to get rid of his tough status card, and she will take 1 consequential damage. And we'll exhaust both beat cops to grab the 2 remaining threat from the main scheme over to here. This will have 5 now. And it exhausts Aunt May to heal by 4 to go from 5 back up to 9. Okay, and we have to under surveillance to allow him to scheme. Okay, so that'll end our turn. Let's ready back up here. And then draw back up to our hand size of 6. Let's discard the enhanced spider sense. Keeping lady spider. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it is Ronan's turn. He's adding 2 to the main scheme. He will scheme for a base of 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 2 more. So he's scheming for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So plus 6 here. This will go up from 2 to 8. So we can remove these. Okay, and we get 2 encounter cards. We got the Spycraft for anything bad like that. Okay, Kree Private with Quick Strike. It won't go off because we're in Alter Ego form. Second one, caught off guard. Discard an upgrade or support you control. Let's get rid of the Ward of the Great Web because we have another one in our hand here. So discard this upgrade. Okay, back to our turn. Let's use Avengers Mission and draw a card. Let's have, okay. We're gonna have Moon Girl attack the Kree Private for 2. She'll take consequential damage and be discarded. Then let's use this. Actually, we do want to use Scientist too. So let's use Peter Parker's Scientist to generate a mental resource. Second resource here to play Ironheart. When she enters play, we can draw 1 card. Okay, now let's use Animated Heal by 4 to go back up to 13 because we're getting ready to flip here. So let's flip over to Spider-Man. And then we will use this as 4 resources to play Lady Spider. And then let's see. So SPDR is going to thwart for 2 from the main scheme to bring this down to 6. When she takes excess consequential damage, which she does, she's taking 2 damage. She returns to her hand with her effect. With the Web of Life and Destiny's effect, we're going to draw 1 card. And I realized I should have put this down before, but I forgot to. Okay, that doesn't matter. So let's use the Webbed Up as a resource to play the War of the Great Web, so we gain our Web Warrior trait back again. Spider-Man attacks the Kree Private for only 2 here, so he still has 1 hit point left. That was definitely a misplay by me. Ironheart will attack for 1 to get rid of him. She takes a consequential damage. Okay, and then next, let's see. Let's use. Should we use the first player interrupt from the Milano, or should we just? Yeah. Let's play it safe. So let's use this first player interrupt. Actually, we still have B cops here, so forget about that. Okay, we're using the Milano to generate 1 resource. Quinn carry as the second resource for 2 to play SPDR back down again. Lady Spider thwarts for 2 from the main scheme. She takes 2 consequential damage. In her effect, her response, we can remove an equal amount of threat from another scheme, but we won't do that because we want to keep this in play for right now. And then SPDR will hit Ronan for 1 to bring him from 18 down to 17. During our first damage in this game, she takes 8 consequential damage. And we exhaust 2 beat cops to remove 2 threat from the main scheme over. So it drops from 4 down to 2, and each beat cop will get 1 more. This one will have 3 here. Okay, that will end our turn. Let's ready back up here. And then let's see, let's keep this. So draw back up to your hands as a 5. We decked out, we get 1 encounter card. And then shuffle the discard pile here back into the deck. And depending on how this turn goes, I think we're ready to start a counterattack. So drawing 2 more cards. Okay, so it is Ronan's turn. He adds 2 to the main scheme. This goes up to 4. He attacks us, Spider Sense activates, so we can draw a card. We're gonna have Ironheart defend this attack. He gets a boost card. Nothing. So he hits for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops. Ironheart does not survive. She gets discarded. And we get 2 more encounter cards here for a total of 3. First one, under fire, surge, and review the top card of the encounter deck. So we have 4 encounter cards this turn. 1, 2, okay. First one, we can pick one. Let's pick the one to, if we exhaust Milano now, we have 3 more coming up. But we do have the Spycraft, so let's choose one, exhaust Milano. Okay, it's a risk. Next one, Kree Commando with Patrol, that is okay. Next one, Fanaticism. Let's use Spycraft here. When you review an encounter card, we can discard Spycraft, cancel the effects of Fanaticism, and review another encounter card. So that's both Fanaticism. Creed Pride with Quick Strike hits us for 1, so we're dropping down to 12 hit points. Last encounter card, Exhaustion, Surge, and Exhaust Spider-Man. And then one more encounter card, Eviction Notice. You may flip over to Peter Parker. We flip over. Oh, we can't. Okay, so never mind, because we're already exhausted here. So choose one, exhaust Peter Parker to remove Eviction Notice from the game, or discard one card random from your hand, and again, Surge. We could also, oh, it's an obligation, so we can't cancel it. Okay, so we're gonna discard one card at random from our hand here, because that's the only option we can do because we are already exhausted. So discard one random card, the webbed up. Okay, we got lucky with that one, and it surges into another card. Pincer Maneuver. All right, that is okay. So it's 5 threat and 2 acceleration tokens. All right, so back to our turn here. Let's use Avengers Mansion to draw a card. And then we will use this as 3 resources when paying for yellow card with the Power of Justice to put down a 3rd Beat Cop. Okay, and then we want to do some damage here. So we cannot thwart from the main scheme because of Kree Commando, but we can thwart from this scheme here. So Lady Spider will thwart for 2 from Pincer Maneuver to remove 2 threat from here. Brings down 3. Her effect, if we control another word card, we can remove an equal amount of threat from another scheme. So let's remove 2 from the main scheme, and that will bypass the patrol. She takes consequential damage and is discarded. And we draw a card with the Web of Life and Destiny because the web where ally left play. SPDR will thwart for 2 from this side scheme here, still fine because the patrol only applies to the main scheme. She returns her hand, taking excess consequential damage. We draw a card with the Web of Life and Destiny combo. Okay, let's see. A lot of resources, but not anything else to use it for. This would be 2 resources to play SPDR back down again. And then let's use this as a resource to play a web shooter. This will have 3 web counters on there. SPDR will attack who should she attack? Let's attack the Kree Commando for 1. She'll take a consequential damage. And we'll exhaust all 3 B Cops to move 1 threat from here and 2 from the main scheme over. That will clear out the celebration tokens by clearing out the Pincer Maneuver. Okay, so that was a rougher turn there. Okay, let's keep these in our hand, readying back up, and then draw back up to our hand size of 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we got Nick Fury. So it is Ronan's turn. Adding 2 to the main scheme. He attacks us, Spider Sense activates, so we can draw a card. Let's have SPDR defend this one. He'll get a boost card here. Give him an additional boost card. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. SPDR does not survive that attack, but we can draw a card when she leaves play with the Web of Life and Destiny. And then both these guys will attack us for 1, 2, 3. So we draw from 12 down to 9 here. And we get 2 encounter cards. And Ronan is about to deck out, which is not good. So first one, Kree Combat Armor. Each attack he takes, reduce the damage by 1. You stand accused, he's going to attack us right here with +1 attack. So we have to take it. Actually, we could cancel it. Yeah, we don't have to take it. So let's use the Milano for the first player interrupt and use this as a resource to pay for it to cancel the you stand accused. Yeah, okay, so we didn't have to take it. Okay, so it is back to our turn here. Let's see. I think Moon Girl should be coming up and we want to flip over to heal, I think. So let's use this as 4 resources to play Nick Fury. Use his second effect to draw 3 cards when he enters play. 1, 2, 3. That backflip would have been nice. Avengers Mansion to draw 1 more card. Okay, so no Moon Girl here yet, so we're not going to flip over. Oh, I should have SPDR attack this guy for 1. That would have been a lot better. So we want to get down Pavitri 2. So let's use Quinpierre to generate 1 resource. This will be 2 more for a total of 3 to play Pavitri. When he enters play, we can remove threat from the scheme for each web word card we control. Let's actually not use the effect because we want the B Cops to build more. So it's not a force response, so we don't have to activate it. So he doesn't do anything. And then let's use the web shooter to generate 1 resource. This will be 2 more, so we can play a swinging web kick, and we're gonna hit the Kree private to get rid of him, doing 8 damage to him. And then Nick Fury, Spider-Man, and Pavitri all attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to finish off the Kree Commando. And then they will take consequential damage. Okay, and then exhaust 2 B cops here to grab 2 threat from the main scheme over. Okay, and this will have a 5. That ends our turn, so we are readying back up everything. Spider-Man, Nick Fury, Pavitri. Okay, everyone's readied. We draw back up to our hand size of 5. Okay, and Ronan's gonna deck out soon, which actually works out with the one way or another. So it's Ronan's turn. He adds 2 to the main scheme. He attacks us, Spider Sense activates, so we draw a card. Nick Fury defends the attack. This would be his boost card. 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nick Fury does not survive. And then since Ronan decks out, he gets a permanent acceleration token to the main scheme, which is not great. Let's shuffle up the encounter deck. And everything is back in there. Oh wait, oh yeah, everything's back in there. I thought the obligation should be, but it's not because I wasn't able to remove from the game. Okay, so we got 2 Fanaticisms and 2 advances still. So we have 2 more encounter cards here. First one, Shadows of the Past, right off the bat. We don't have a way, okay, let's just take it. So we're gonna put our Nemesis minion into play, the Vulture, and he will have Quick Strike, so he hits us for 3, from 9 down to 6. And then we will also put Highway Robbery into play. Let's shuffle these 3 Vulture cards into the encounter deck first. And then shuffle back up here. Okay, and then, okay, so this right here has 3 threat. And then randomly put a card from your hand underneath there. So shuffle this up. Okay, randomly put 1 card. Okay, and then last encounter card, Kree Commando. Okay, we should have canceled the Shadows then. Okay, so I don't know what they got here, but I think we should be okay. So let's use Avengers Mansion. So we can draw a card first. And then, let's see. There's not too much we can do. We gotta get rid of the Kree Commando first. So let's use the Quinn Carrier. Actually, okay, no, we gotta just play the one way or another first. So we're gonna play one way or another. Search the encounter deck for a side scheme and reveal it. We are looking for Cut the Power. Where is Cut the Power? Here it is. Okay. Shuffle back up again. All right, so this has 3 threat and a crisis icon on there. Now we can resolve one way or another, draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. We decked out, with both backflips there. So we get an encounter card and then shuffle the discard pile back up. So the deck is looking small here, which is okay. All right, let's see. So we got to remove some threat. We want to get rid of the Highway Robbery too. Okay, let's see. First, let's exhaust all 3 beat cops to clear out Highway Robbery. So when defeated, we can get this card back into our hand. I don't know what it was. Let's see. Oh, Agent Coulson. Okay. So each beat cop gets 1 more threat on here. Okay. Next, we want to play a swing web kick. So let's play the swing web kick, and we will use this as 3 resources. Let's use this. Messing up my hand here. Okay, so we will use this as, actually wait, should we do this too? No, let's do that later. So we'll use this as 3 resources to pay for swing web kick and hit the Kree Commando for 8. That will get rid of him. Okay. Spider-Man attacks Vulture for 2 to do 2 damage. Okay, and then we're gonna flip over to Moon Girl, or to Peter Parker form here, because I just want to play Moon Girl. So we're gonna use Flame Carrot as one mental resource, Scientist the second mental resource. This is the third mental resource to play Moon Girl. When she enters play, her effect, we're gonna draw 3 cards using the 3 mental resources. Okay, next we're gonna have Moon Girl attack Vulture for 2 to get him out of here. She takes 2 consequential damage. And then we want to play Agent Coast in here. So let's use, we're gonna use this as 3 resources to play Agent Cosin. And it's a mess over here. He's gonna thwart for 1 or 1, 2, Pavitri thwarts for 1 more for a total of 3 to clear off, cut the power. And they will both take consequential damage. Okay, next we're gonna use this first player action, Exhaust Milano, to remove 3 threat from the main scheme. Okay, that will end our turn here. We'll use Anime to heal first, actually, to go from 6 back up to 10. Okay, now we're readied up. So, ending our turn, readying back up. The B cops are ready to go off. And drawing back up to our hand size of 6 here. Okay, so it is Ronan's turn now. So he's gonna add 3 to the main scheme with the permanent acceleration token. He's gonna scheme for a base of 4 plus 1 boost card, 5, 6, 7. So 7 plus 3 is 10. So it luckily still hasn't flipped yet because of under surveillance. It's 1 threat away from flipping. We get 2 encounter cards. First one, when reviewed, stun your hero. If Vulture is in play, this card gains Surge. Luckily, he's not in play, so we just get stunned. Next encounter card, choose one. We can exhaust Milano or spend 2 energy resources. Ooh, I would love to spend the energy resources. Let's discard 1 card arranged from our hand. We gotta keep the Milano in case we need to cancel in advance or something like that. Oh, I realized for Vulture it says stun your hero, so we're not in hero form, so we actually don't get stunned. So let's shuffle up our hand, and the power siphon needs us to discard 1 card at random, so we lose the backflip. Okay. And then last encounter card here, Kree Physiology, Surge, give Ronan tough status card. We'll get another encounter card. Kree Physiology, give Ronan tough status card. If you already have one, take 1 damage, so we drop down 9, and that was Surge as well. Kree Lieutenant with Guard and Stalwart. Okay, back to our turn here. Let's use Anime to heal to go back up to 13. Okay, and then we want to try to get Ronan down now, but we gotta get rid of his armor here first. Let's use Avengers Mansion to draw a card, and then we will have. Let's get rid of the Kree Lieutenant with attacks here. So let's have Moon Girl attack for 2. She gets discarded, and then we will use Peter Parker's Scientist to generate a mental resource. This would be 3 more for a total of 4 to play Lady Spider. Then we can flip over to Spider-Man here. And then, let's see. Pavitri. Okay. Pavitri is going to attack the Kree Lieutenant for 1. He will be discarded, taking consequential damage. We draw a card with the Web of Life and Destiny. Spider-Man gets +1 attack because of Web Warrior left play with the Warrior of the Great Web. So Spider-Man will hit the Kree Lieutenant for 3 to bring him down to 1 hit point left. We will use this as 2 resources to play SPDR. And then she will hit the Kree Lieutenant for 1. That does 7 total, so he is defeated. Okay, and then let's see. We're gonna use this first player action, exhaust the Milano to remove 3 threat from the scheme. We're gonna save the swing web kick for next turn. Cosin thwarts for 2 from here. Exhaust all 3 B cops to get 3 threat off of here. Each B cop gets 1 more. Okay, and then Cosin will take consequential damage. And then let's have Lady Spider attack Ronan. So he reduced the amount of damage taken by 1. So he's only take 1 damage, but that's still enough to get rid of the tough. And she will take 2 consequential damage. Okay, and then actually, should we get rid of the armor? How many swing web kicks do we have left in here? Discard. So we have 1 more swing web kick. Let's get rid of the armor. So let's use this hero action. Spend 3 resources of the same type. So mental here. mental with these 2 wilds. So now we can discard that and get rid of the Creed combat armor here. Okay, so that's the end of our turn. Let's ready back up. And I think we are locked and loaded here. Okay, so draw back up to our hand size of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we got that swing web kick. Okay, so it is Ronan's turn. Adding 3 to the main scheme because of the acceleration token. He attacks us. Spire Sense to draw a card. Let's have Kosen defend this attack here. He gets 1 boost card. His activation is attack against overkill. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kosen takes 1, and we're gonna take 5 damage here. So dropping from 13 down to 8, which is not the best. Okay, and then we get 2 encounter cards. First one, Creed Commando with Patrol, so we can't thwart. Next one, an Assault. Should we cancel the Assault? Yeah, let's cancel it. So we're gonna use this first player Interrupt, exhaust the Milano, spend a resource with Quinn Carrier to cancel this Treachery. All right, okay. So we're still gonna save the beat cops here. We wanna get out Fury. So let's use Mansion to draw a card. And then let me check this. Moon Girl discarded already? Oh yeah, she is. Okay, so Moon Girl's not coming up right here. We will use this as 4 resources so we can play Nick Fury. When he enters play, choose one. We're gonna pick the one to deal 4 damage to the Creed Commando. So we're gonna hit him for 4. Okay. Next, Nick Fury attacks the Creed Commando for 2. That'll finish him off, and Nick will take a consequential damage here. All right. Next, let's see. We're gonna have Lady Spider. We're gonna have her thwart for, actually no, okay. SPDR will thwart for 2 from here. She'll take excess consequential damage and come back to our hand with her effect. And we draw a card with the Web of Life and Destiny, and we get +1 attack. We're gonna use this as a double resource to play SPDR back down again. Lady Spider will attack Ronan for 2 to bring from 17 down to 15. She gets discarded, taking consequential damage. We draw a card with the Web of Life and Destiny. We deck out, so we get an extra encounter card. Then we shuffle up the discard pile back to our deck. We should have played the swing web kick before we milled down the deck. Okay, so SPDR will attack Ronan for 1 to bring him from 15 down to 14. She takes a consequential damage. Spider-Man gets +2 attack because 2 Web Warrior allies left play, so he swings for a total of 4 at Ronan to bring him down to 10 from 14. And then we will use, I do want to play Ironheart. Okay, let's actually play Ironheart. So let's use this as 2 resources to play Ironheart. When she enters play, we can draw a card. And then Ironheart will attack Ronan for 1 to bring him down to 9. She'll take a consequential damage. Let's use the Web Shooter to generate 1 resource. This would be 2 more for a total of 3 to play a swing web kick, and we're gonna hit Ronan for 8 here to bring him from 9 down to 1. So close to flipping him now. All right, and then we will exhaust all 3 beat cops to grab all the threat from the main scheme over. So this beat cop will have 10. We can put 2 5s on here. This beat cop will have 8, and this one will have 5. Okay, that will end our turn, so let's ready back up. A lot to ready. Okay, draw back up to our hand size of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it is Ronan's turn. Adding 3 to the main scheme. He attacks us. Spire Sense to draw a card. We have Nick Fury defend. This is his boost card. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nick Fury does not survive. 2 more encounter cards. First one, Creed Private with Quick Strike. That's the last overkill card there. He hits us for 1, we drop down to 7. Next encounter card, the Vulture's Plans. When revealed, discard 1 card at random from each player's hand and place 1 threat on the main scheme for each different resource type discard this way. So shuffle up, discarding webbed up, 1 threat on the main scheme. Okay, last encounter card, Sweeping Swoop. When revealed, stun your hero. Okay, so we get stunned. And again, Surge if Vulture's in play, but he's not. All right, let's see here. So we gotta get rid of the stun first. So let's attack to remove stun. we're gonna have Ironheart attack Ronan to bring him down to 0. She takes consequential and he retaliates because he's gonna flip. So she's discarded. And then we finally get him to his final stage here. He has 25 hit points. He has toughness and retaliate. Search the encounter deck and discard power for superior attacks and reveal it. It's already here, so nothing will happen with that. All right, let's see here. So we want to remove the threat. Okay, let's use Avengers Mansion to draw a card first. And then let's play Pavitri. So we're going to use this as 3 resources to play Pavitri. When he enters play, we're going to remove a threat for each web war card we control. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's clear out the main scheme here. We don't need the B cost anymore. And then we will have SPDR Thwart for 2 from Superior Tactics. Clear that out. So now we can get the Power Stone. She takes excess consequential damage, comes back to her hand. We draw a card with the Web of Life and Destiny here. Okay, next we will use Quincare as 1 resource. This would be 2 more for a total of 3 to play Kosin. When Kosin enters play, we can add a preparation card to her hand, putting Spycraft back in her hand. Let's use the Milano to generate 1 resource to play this Spycraft down here. Okay, and then let's get rid of Ronan's Tough. So Pavitri will attack Ronan to get rid of Tough. He retaliates and Pavitri takes the consequential damage, so 2 damage there. Okay, and then let's see, let's exhaust the B-Cop. So it has 5 threat for the second effect to deal damage to a minion for each threat on here. So we're gonna hit the Creed Private for 5 to get rid of him. Okay, and then Kosin is going to attack Ronan for 1 to bring from 25 down to 24. He will retaliate and Kosin takes consequential damage, so 2 damage for Kosin as well. All right, that will end our turn here. So let's ready back up. And there's no more overkill, so we should be safe to have allies block for us. Draw back up to our hand size of 5. And we got the backflip. Okay, so it is Ronan's turn. Adding 3 to the main scheme. He attacks us, Spider Sense activates, so we draw a card. Kosin defends his attack. This is his boost card. Nothing, and I got rid of an advance. So it's hitting for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kosin does not survive that. We can discard him. Okay, and then 2 encounter cards. First one, Hull Breach. Choose 1. Let's see, should we take 3 damage? I think we gotta flip 1 more time. Okay, actually we don't want to flip anymore. Okay, so we can spend 2 mental resources. Let's use these 2 mental resources to fulfill the requirements of Hull Breach. Last encounter card, Rogue Vessel with Surge. Okay, let's take it. We're not gonna use Spycraft here. So when the villain phase ends, do 1 damage to each player. It surges, so we get another encounter card. Advance here. Let's use the first player interrupt, exhaust the Milano, and spend a resource. Let's use Black Hat to negate this advance. Our turn ends, so we take 1 damage. Draw from 7 down to 6 here. Okay, that was not good. Let's use Avengers Mansion to draw a card. Now I should have kept Moon Girl, because I think we do have to flip now. Okay, let's use this as 1 resource. This will be 2 more for a total of 3 to play a swing web kick and hit Ronan for 8. So we're bringing him from 24 down to 16. And we get the Power Stone because we did more than 3 damage with a single attack. He will retaliate, hit us for 1, so we're down to 5 here. Okay, so we're just counting down this Rogue Vessel, hoping for that second swinging web kick. We do have a backflip here. So Pavitri will attack Ronan for 1 to bring him down to 15. Pavitri is discarded. We draw a card with the Web of Life and Destiny. And then Spider-Man gets +1 attack when a Web Warrior ally leaves play. His +1 attack from the Power Stone, so he's gonna hit Ronan for 4 to bring him from 15 down to 11. Ronan retires, hits us for 1, we're down to 4 hit points here. Exhaust these 2 B-Cops to get 2 threat away from the main scheme. So this goes down to 1. Each B-Cop has 11 and 9 respectively. Okay, and then that will end our turn. We need this last swing web kick. So let's ready it back up here. Discard this card. Actually, let's discard the double energy too. So we're gonna draw back up to a hand size of 5 here. Waiting for that last swinging web kick. There we go. Okay, so we can end it next turn. if the rogue vessel doesn't kill us. So it is Ronan's turn. He's adding 3 to the main scheme. He's going to attack us. Spider Sense activates so we can draw a card. We will take the attack. So he's hitting for a base of 5 plus 2 encounter cards because we have the Power Stone. So only 1 more, so it's hitting us for 5, 6. We will use a backflip. When you would take an amount of damage from an attack, jump out of the way and prevent it. We got 2 encounter cards here. First one, Fanaticism with Surge. Should we use a Spycraft? We can't defend anyways, so it doesn't matter. So we're gonna let the Fanaticism happen here. 2 Fury counters, and it surges. Next encounter card. You stand accused. Ronan the Accuser attacks you with +1 attack. We gotta cancel it. Use the first player interrupt, exhaust the Milano, and spend a resource to cancel the You Stand Accused. Last encounter card. Okay, we got it. Cannonade. So this will have 4 threat and amplify icon. Okay, and at the end of the player phase with the rogue vessel, we take 1 damage, dropping down to 3. So we just barely survived here. We're gonna use this as 3 resources to play a swing web kick and hit Ronan for 8 to bring from 11 down to 3. Spider-Man has 3 attack with the Power Stone. We're gonna swing and hit him for 3 to finish him off. Oh, he retires with swing web kick, so we take 1 damage first. Whoops, okay, so we take a damage with that. We're at 2 hit points. Now we swing and hit for 3 to bring Ronan down to 0, and he will not retire because he is defeated. And that is Peter Parker's Spider-Man against Ronan.